Third phase of moon. Blake Cousins here, taking your calls live from around the world. The only place, I think, in my opinion, speaks to the people, it's third phase of moon. Let me tell you, there's a lot of ufologists who claim they do a lot of research. Hey, let me tell you, punching in UFO and Google and pressing enter isn't UFO research. Trust me. Just because you think you got an audience, like the Huffington Post, let's just say, all they do, like I said, it's a simple thing. They go and rip people's content off. A lot of rip-off artists out there that don't give the people the respect that they deserve. You capture a UFO, you captured something quite amazing, incredible, a phenomenon that needs to be shared to the world, but also the person who shot it, if they want to have credit, at least give credit where credit's deserved. Right here at Third Phase of Moon, that's what we do. Let me tell you, I'm not in for cheap tricks. People out there, wow, they're a researcher? Give me a break. All they do is go on the internet, punch in UFO, see what comes up in that day, and go, oh, let's report on this, without even contacting the sources. Come on. If you want to call yourself a UFO investigator, be like Third Phase of Moon, at least give credit. We've spoken to thousands of people around the planet that share their videos. They know who they are. And they've seen them right up in Third Phase of Moon, viewed 160 million times around the world, 260,000 subscribers. Right now on YouTube, Third Phase of Moon, people know this is a place to share stories to the world. All right, I'm going to settle down. There's a lot of people out there that, they just don't give credit where credit's deserved, in my opinion. Blake Cousins, you know what? We're going to let the phone lines build up. We're going to get to people's stories tonight and maybe get to a little bit of disclosure. This is Blake Cousins. I'll be right back. Blake Cousins here, taking your calls live from around the world. Let's get to it. Bring in area code 323. You're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Blake. This is Robert being on the Summoner.
Robert, hey, welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
See, I was just talking about all this people out there that claim that they're ufologists and they do a lot of research and they're sharing it to the world. But basically, there's these people that just steal people's stories out there and then give people no credit. What do you think of this?
Well,
no credit where credit's due. That's what I like about Robert. Robert's doing his own thing. Whether you believe what he comes in, if you believe him or not, at least he's original and he's his own man. He doesn't take claim for anybody. He doesn't go, hey, look, I'm going to report on this story without giving credit. Robert Bingham is his own story that does his own thing. Robert, do you have another summoning event coming up soon?
Yes, I have an event that I'd like to announce. It's going to be held at the MacArthur Park on Parkview Avenue, which is on the lakeside from where I originally done it, where the obelisk is. It's going to be on the other side. It's going to be held on, it's called the Oktoberfest Summoning Event. It's going to be held on October 11th from the hours of 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's on a Sunday.
Hi, this is Robert Bingham, the Summoner. I'm inviting everybody to be at MacArthur Park on the west side of the park on Parkview, but on the lake side. This is what it looks like where we're going to be doing the event. That's the lake side. We're going to be at the west end of the park. So be there. It's going to be on October 11th between the hours of 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Bring all your necessities such as lawn chairs or folding chairs, sunscreen, drinks, binoculars, cameras, and whatever you need, whatever you think you need. There's going to be some really great guests there, so you can't afford to miss this one. It's be a while before I ever do another one. So be there. It's going to be spectacular. We're going to, that I have been saying for the last year that disclosure was going to happen. A lot of people think it's going to be 10, 20 years from now. It's going to be this fall. How many days do we have left in the fall? So it's going to be done by the terrestrials, not by the government. You'll never get it by the government. But the terrestrials are going to show you that they're here, so be there. If you want disclosure and you're clamoring for the government to do it, you might as well give up because that's a sham. You're going to get disclosure being here. So it's called the Oktoberfest Summoning Event. Do not miss it.
Get us video,
I'm
Robert.
going to get you the best video that some great craft. It's going to be great. I recommend that all the people that don't believe me to be there. If they live in the area around Los Angeles or they want to take a ride, to be there. If they want to see UFOs, to be there and not make any negative comments unless they take me up on being there. And then they can do whatever they want.
Okay, that's what I like about Robert. He's totally fair in that situation. You know what? We're going to go to break. I have some questions for Robert Bingham. If anybody has some questions, I hope Robert can stick around. We'll be right back. This is Third Phase of Moon Radio, and we're also going to get to callers and their stories to UFO sightings. Play Cousins. We'll be right back. We want to thank Josiah King for sharing his original to us right here at Third Phase Moon. We love music submitted by people from around the world. If we think it has the groove, we'll play it on Third Phase of Moon. It's a cool track. Josiah King, we're putting the links below for if you want to take a listen to his music. It's there. Thanks for sharing, Josiah. Let's get back to Robert Bingham. I want to also say real quick about this subject matter of People that just want to steal people's stories. Let me tell you, I have not taken one single source of evidence ever from MUFON. You know why? It's because everybody else does. And then they just take the footage and the videos and they rip it off again without giving any credit. And also, MUFON, they never follow up. They don't follow up with anybody. That's the main complaint I ever hear from people that are wanting to share evidence, that they just don't get a response back. And then sometimes they do, but then it's kind of a shady response. And we know it's been infiltrated. Anyway, Robert Bingham's back. Have you ever shared anything to MUFON, Robert?
No, I've had a number of people from MUFON that came to see what I do, and they saw everything, but yet they never gave it a positive review. They were looking to debunk me more than they were to confirmation of what I do is real. They're not out to help the UFO community. They are part of the government conspiracy to cover it up. And so they're looking for things to really debunk you. And that's the impression I got, because I've done a number of things. And they don't, they've been there to my events, they've seen everything, yet they never would do anything in a positive thing for me.
I got to ask this question. So a lot of people say in some of those videos, you got to admit that they look suspicious, that they don't look extraterrestrial. What do you got to say about this?
Well, I think they're the most cleverest. They're really clever. And then, sure, they don't want to be shot at if they look like a spaceship to the there's a lot of people with guns and they would probably take a shot at them. So they are very clever at what they do. They've been doing it for a long time. I'm revealing how they do it and what they do, and they're just they're capable of that kind of technology and reading your minds, and they're capable of far much more things that people ever could imagine. But if you really look at them and study them, they're not balloons or mylars or any of that sort of thing, because they do things that defy physics. And then again, I get pictures of ships too. The ones that.
Well, let me ask you about. Let's get into new evidence. You're going to have this event October 11th at the MacArthur Park, West Side,
yes.
And it's going to be held pretty much all day long. And you're going to have a camera crew from Japan following you around that day. So they're going to have some equipment. And, Third Phase of the Moon and the Japanese television show, we interact with them, and they're going to be telling us what they're going to see on the ground. I'm hoping that you could do something big for these guys. Japan is really into the UFO subject matter.
You remember, Blake, what I did for the BBC of America. I did remarkable things. I mean, it was so good and remarkable when the triangular formation showed up, and there was a few other things they asked me to do, and I did it. And yet the footage got all shelved it was an episode of Weird Science, and it was so good they shelved it. Who shelved it? Who made it not get on the air in mass media? So I did it already. This time I'm going to do it again, and hopefully the same powers that be out there, the elements within, don't suppress that.
Absolutely. Sometimes the major media, they want to delve in, they want to take a look at things, get up close and personal with the subject matter, but then they find out for themselves this is real, and they're not going to share it with anybody. I've had that experience myself with the Weather Channel, up close and personal. But let's get on to something else. Right now we got let's get to this. Right now we're live, and I'm hoping maybe we could do something that's kind of special and unique tonight. How about, can you summon UFOs tonight? We have somebody named Flip It For You. He lives on the East Coast in Boston. Maybe you could do a summoning for them. Can you do something like that for them?
Sure, I've done it for other people.
Okay, let's try and do
John DeSalvo. He's a nuclear physicist, and I did it for him, and it was very successful. Where I summoned, I didn't have to know where he's at. I'll tell you.
Let me go.
Wait, Blake.
let me get to some callers, Robert. And, Flip It for You's over there in Boston right now. We got about 40 minutes left in the broadcast. He's going to keep an eye out over there. Robert, can you do this? And then we'll bring you right back in a few minutes. I want to get some callers in the meanwhile. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Robert, do that. Okay? Appreciate it. Live UFO summoning event possibly confirmed. We'll see what happens. Robert Bingham, that's who you just called in. He wanted to share his announcement October 11th, another summoning event. MacArthur Park, Los Angeles. Be there. Believe him or not, he's going to be there, and he's going to try and prove to you that he can summon UFOs. He's done some amazing things right here, and we've shared it right here at Third Phase. Quite incredible. Let's get to another caller from area code 504. Hey, thanks for waiting. Welcome to the show. Area code 504, you're live, Third Phase.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, doing pretty good tonight. How about yourself?
Wow, I'm surprised I got through to you.
Hey, no problem, man.
Hey,
go ahead. What's your name?
Huh?
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New Orleans.
All right. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
And your name?
You're right. My name's Derek.
All right, Derek.
Hey, hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, about 3 weeks ago, you had this lady calling from Australia.
Yes.
And she mentioned about this orb that went through her room. Excuse me. She mentioned that she thought she was crazy or something like that. But I have a story that's real close to that. It happened to me in '94. I thought it was a dream.
Okay, let's hear it.
I thought it was a dream. I was in my bed and the dog was barking, and all of a sudden I had this big chrome orb coming through the house, and like stopped right at the foot of my bed, and and like the lady said, it went through the wall and stuff like that. This thing floated out the back door through some bars and stuff like that. But like I said, I thought it was a dream. So right after that, the weird thing about it was some guys came and got me. Two guys came and got me. That I remember the white jackets or something like that. They came and got me and took me. I'm paralyzed, but they took me out of the house and put me in the van and they took off. You know, and the next day I woke up and I'm like, well, I thought this was a dream until I heard this latest story. And this happened in '94, which I thought that was the weirdest thing. All this time, I really thought it was a dream.
Wow. And
yeah.
So this happened right after. Can you explain to us?
This happened in '94. She said hers happened in '93.
So what did these guys look like? Was it a military guard? Did it look like it's medical?
I really, you know, like I said, it was real fuzzy like and everything. That's what really freaked me out. So I just, hey, this is a dream or something like that. You know, but I remember, you know, in the dream, like I thought it was, they put me in a van and just took off down the street right fast. And I went out after that. You know, I mean, everything just went blank. I woke up the next day like, wow, that was a crazy dream. Until I heard that young lady said what she said, you know, a couple of weeks ago from Australia. I said, oh my God. And all this time, I thought it was a dream. And this thing was big and shimmering. I mean, it just floated. It floated through the house because I remember the dog waking me up and all this. And it's, you know, and it shimmered. And it you know, like three feet off the ground. Stopped right there at the foot of the bed and stuff like that. I don't know what went on at that point. And then it went out the back, all the way out the back of the house and stuff like that. And that's been on my mind ever since she said that. I want to get, you know, call in and say, hey, to let her know, hey, you're not crazy, because that was just a little too odd that the same thing happened to her. I don't know if you remember the story, right?
It's cool, yeah, when you got somebody to confirm that you're not crazy, and you know, it was now, you know, it's not a. What do you think it is? What do you think was going on? Who are these guys?
You know, I've had some other weird things happen for a while. I'm military, ex-military at least, and I just had a lot of things that have been going on that's just weird, like, okay? And I don't know, at first I'm thinking it's government. And quite honestly, I've been on a rock. I didn't have nothing to do with technology until a year ago. That's when I started listening to your show. You know.
Wow. Appreciate you calling in. Hey, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, these stories, sometimes they sound out of this world and the strangest things, and people think this is, made up. It's not. People experience some things that they can't explain. And then you got collaboration and other people seeing the same thing, confirming that this is the real and this is a real phenomenon. People need to wake up. Let's get to other callers. We're going to be getting back to Robert Bingham here real soon. Is area code 508. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, Blake?
Hey, doing pretty good tonight. Is this Flip It?
It is. Flip it for you. You can call me Chris if it's easier.
Hey, no problem. Thank you, Chris. Hey, thanks for joining us. We got Robert Bingham, Los Angeles. So we got Boston and California all hooked up. We're doing this live right now on live radio. Third Phase of Moon, hopefully going to pull something off with Robert Bingham. Robert, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
How you doing, Robert?
Oh, I'm doing okay. You won't believe where I'm doing this radio show, but I'm here at the mortuary. I just saw my uncle. He had just passed on last week, a week and a half ago. And I came out and I realized it was 9 o'clock, and I called in here in the parking lot at the place where they were viewing him. But anyway, that's I'm doing okay.
So glad to hear it. Sorry.
I'm ready to do this. And you don't really have to tell me where you're at. I just they will know where you're at, and I would just pass the message for them to show up.
All right, tell them to go low because it's kind of cloudy.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to keep a good eye out for them. They'll be there.
I got a good eye.
Right. Cool. We got Chris in Boston with a great connection, by the way. You sound great. But outside on his porch, keeping his eyes out for UFOs, Robert's attempting to summon them for him right now. I wanted to get Chris's opinion on this bunk ufologist out there where people just want to lay claim to stories without even giving credit where credit's due. They just want to put it up and roll with it.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? You got to have permission. It's got to be legit.
I know you've been following us for years. You see people call in. You see us share it. You see the links being shared. How come nobody else even has the courtesy to do that? It's not the hardest thing in the world. You would think that people would have some class.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to come by these days. A lot of people are just self-centered, looking for their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, it's too easy. It's not what the thing is. It does take a little bit of work. Journalism is a little bit of, you got to read between the lines and have a little bit of instinct and then deal with people, real people, and not, it's just behind the keys and putting their own little twist and maybe some voiceovers, and they don't even want to say that these guys reached out and gave us permission to share this. It's just insane to me. But so anything going on out there? You see anything yet?
No, nothing yet. A lot of clouds and high winds.
We got a F1 with us. F1's over there in an undisclosed area. He's had some close encounters with government involvement.
Take his call, and if I see something, I will speak up if I'm still on the line. I'll hang out here for a little bit.
Absolutely. Just hang out there, Chris. Appreciate it. Keep your eyes on the skies. F1?
Yeah, hey, how you doing? It's kind of interesting. I don't see you get agitated too much. With everything on your plate, you stay pretty level-headed. But I was kind of chuckling and I'm chuckling with you because, if you got agitated, we're all here to support you and let you have your space and chill. We'll help you chill out and support. But it's kind of like what I said before about rip-offs and things like that. And if you remember one night, I was kind of agitated myself and said, my God, for years and years and years and years since I was a kid, you only have to put this stuff together yourself, and you really don't talk. I mean, you talk to some people, but you don't get a network going. And even as far as 6-7 years ago, and I that's why I was getting angry with all the people that are kind of wasting this airspace that you could tell haven't done the work. And I think they should listen rather than and let the people that have some real core ongoing in a lot of their life just change since they were little the time to speak. And we're so fortunate that you yourself and very few select other people have provided a network.
Thanks, F1.
Because it's very, I mean, it's really.
What I'm saying, I'm just saying, I was going through, the internet this week, and I was just noticing all these people reporting on UFOs claiming they're experts, and they don't even mention the source of the video and how they even made contact.
Yeah, and it degrades your work and everyone else's work because it doesn't really add the credibility and weight that it deserves, and that's what I was kind of getting at that one night. Is like, just take a back seat. You know who the people are that have done the work. It's very obvious if you sit back and listen, and you can tell right away. And there's just a level of yearly commitment for many years, and the being able to relate what has happened. And I'm really happy about the guy that called in. I guess it was from New Orleans, the guy that was talking about the spear and how he probably wouldn't have ever had anyone to talk to had he not listened to this show and heard from the lady of Australia's experiences. And I guarantee you, as it happened with me, my God, it is the weight of the freaking world lifted off of your shoulders when you can connect and somebody else comes across in a very honest way and says, this is what happened to me. And you go, oh my God, that happened to me too. And you're so relieved. And I could just always, like, just thank you and your brother's work. So many people actually that help to make this what it is. And, it's a great source of comfort, and it's a great ability. And that's why I kind of said I was just going to lean back tonight and kind of hear what's going on. I'm glad that Robert called in. That's real cool.
Yeah, actually, we got Robert. That's what I wanted to ask you. You got a question for Robert? Bring him on.
No, I don't really question anything Robert does. I mean, we have, like you said, he does his own thing, and he has his view and his experience and his interpretation, and it's the more you experience and you understand what Robert's about, it's nothing but a helpful thing. He's not trying to be on the Ed Sullivan show or anything. He's trying to make it revealed, and we all go through the process to refine our approach to other people. And like he said, the biggest thing that we all know is true. You don't know if anything's going to be covered, even if it does happen in great revelations in the very upcoming future, because our government has a weird ability to just block out anything pertinent so that it delays the process of the truth getting out. Because then you have to ask, well, what are the real fears of that being known? And
well, you know what, your F1's pretty much nailed what Robert Bingham's all about. He's always claimed that they're there and they're going to be revealing themselves. Robert, what do you got to say about that?
Well, I got to say that I do. My mission is to. I've said it over and over. Is to. I'm like a spearhead that hits the pond, and the ripple effects go around the world, which is the truth. And when the people realize that they're there, it's up to them to make that relationship with them, and to care about what's really going on and changing the world themselves. and knowing that we are not the only ones, and we are not the top, as far as intelligence, but nevertheless, we are there to learn, and we're learning, and that's what's happening. And men has to. Right now, we're at the transition point where we're transitioning over to a different sort of way of life that we're going to be doing. It's not going to be energy. It's all going to be free energy, so we don't destroy our planet. It's going to be more. The planet's going to be ran more efficiently once we solve these problems of not having wars anymore, or not using things that are killing our planet, which they're here to help us with. But there's forces that are against all this because there's too much money being made. And
I want to get some more questions into Robert. I want to get to some callers right now. Fly catch just couldn't hang over there in this porch out there in Boston. It's too cold. It's cold, so maybe the UFOs are outside over his house right now, but we're not going to find out. Robert, we'll be right back with you. Let's try and bring in some other callers if they got questions for Robert or if they want to share a UFO story. We've got about 24 minutes left. Let's get to it. Hello, you there? Welcome to the show. Hello? Okay, we're going to have to knock you off. Hello? Okay, let's get to the next caller. We're going to try this one. Welcome to the show, Third Phase of Moon. Welcome back. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yep, we got you.
Yeah,
welcome to the show.
Man, I got some questions, man. Some crazy questions, man.
Who do you got questions for?
No, I don't want to do it. Yeah, can you hear me?
What are you guys smoking over there? But yeah, we hear you loud and clear. Okay, what kind of questions you got on Third Phase of Moon?
No, I remember seeing one of your videos a while back that I've been always trying to call about and talk to you about what y'all talking about that I think it was about that black cube thing that they saw from the sky.
Yeah, we didn't report on the black box. It wasn't our we didn't get permission from the person that shot it, so we didn't share it. I got a feeling that wherever that came from was maybe in-house. So, we didn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, I'd have to say. Any other?
Yeah.
It wasn't our thing. We couldn't confirm the source, couldn't get the permission, so kind of a red flag at that point, in my opinion. But hey, it was pretty, in my opinion. But I don't know if it's. So anything else going?
No, man, it's all good on this side.
All right, where are you calling from? Where are you calling
Houston.
From Houston. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be, keep your eyes on the skies. Appreciate the call in. And if you see anything amazing, report it to Third Phase of Moon, all right?
Yes, I will.
For calling in. Let's get to San Diego. I know he's been on location at a Robert Bingham event, but before we get to that, I wanted to ask Kelly, I think, with us about what he thinks about people, taking UFO evidence and sharing it, but not giving credit where the credit's due. What do you think about that?
Good evening, Blake and Brenton. I just wanted to call in and talk with you guys about that. I believe that you guys do with what you guys do as well. Given the props when the props due. And I also want to say that with you and with the type of stuff what you and your brother do and what Robert Bingham does, you guys are just trying to bring up the UFO to the forefront so people can understand and see the stuff. You know what I mean? So put themselves and make their own judgment call and stuff like that. But what you guys do, both of you guys. You guys do. It's just incredible, And then you have a bunch of people that are going to be all the naysayers, and that's always negative. Trying to bring you guys down. Because I've been to other posts as well. They were always talking about bad things about Third Phase of Moon, but yet they don't do the things that you guys do. And I told them, why is all the negativity? Why do the whole point is to bring this disclosure out so everybody can understand what's going on. And I just want to say that for Robert Bingham, me and my wife had been there, and we enjoyed what we had seen, when we did some of the stuff with Robert out there. And, I just wanted to tell him, too, on his latest video that he had where it looked like the UFO or something that was up there in the, in the sky. It looked like it was more of a humanoid shape, which is actually a pretty incredible video that he did have. And just kind of wanted to talk about, because I guess you said you guys were talking.
That humanoid video, I don't think Robert Bingham had anything to do with that one. That was
Blake. What happened was I summoned the humanoid. I took pictures.
You summoned them.
I summoned them, yeah. They didn't ever mention that. What you're talking about getting kudos where it's due, they failed to mention me bringing that humanoid in. I did it. And, I got film on it. I got photos. But, I knew they had better film footage, so I didn't do anything with it. But I did get upset because they did not mention that I brought it in. And wait. Foster was not even there. Foster was not there that day, and he's taking credit for it as if he shot the film. He didn't shoot anything. He wasn't even there. Yet he's only after the hits. I hate to say that. That's the truth. They didn't. And so I don't go to help these people anymore because this is not the first time, but it's happened many times, and so I just I just do my thing now because people are after.
I could understand where Robert's coming from. He came on Third Phase years ago when we decided you got to go public, and we agreed, and the rest was history. After Third Phase of the Moon invited people to show up to the summoning events, and then Robert Bingham kind of took it from there, and which was a good thing. He rolled on it, but then, once you start teaching people on how to do it, I guess people start doing it on their own. But they should at least. I know for a fact that the people that you're talking about came to your events, and then they started doing it on their own, and then I don't see any credit to Robert Bingham.
Well, I've seen him do interviews with a Dan Crapo show from Canada, and he asked them directly, both from Fausto and Yasmin, where did they learn this? They didn't say they learned it from me. They talked as if they learned it
really?
on their own with their kids. Yeah, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that happens. So I hope they don't show up at my event that's happening on the 11th. Really, I don't need that,
Gotcha. Robert, that's I agree. People should that's what the whole topic of my statement tonight is at Third Phase of the Moon. What we do is give credit where credit's due. You shoot it. You want to give us your name and your link, your website, we'll put it up there because that's what we do. Other people will watch our stuff. They'll watch our Facebook. People want to share it to us, and then they'll just report on that story again and not even talk to the person and go, hey, look, can we use this footage? Because they're not going to do it. Let's get to some other callers right now. We've got a few minutes left right here at Third Phase of the Moon. Let's get to area code 419. You're live. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Blake. It's Dirty D.
Hey, Dirty D. I've seen you on the chat all night. Welcome.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about the box that you were referring to a couple minutes ago. I did catch, and forgive me, but I do subscribe to a couple other channels. But I did catch an interview with a lady that actually filmed part of that because there were different angles of that. I don't know if you were aware of that. But she caught this from her office building, and she caught it on her cell phone. And she actually caught the box in the sky, in the cloud, and I'm sure you're familiar with that. Yeah, it was a really, really compelling interview that she did. I'm not sure if you want me to mention it, if you want to look at it, or I can send you something via email, but it was a really good interview.
Actually, Dirty D, I've seen the video. I've seen it all. Everybody shares everything to Third Phase. We have the ultimate eye on everything. Trust me. Watch it all. And let me tell you, we can't reach out to that girl that talked. can we get a second source interview? It's going to be highly doubtful. But if you can reach out and get that girl on the show, I sure would love it. Have you tried to reach out to that person? Is there?
I have not. No,
Is there a second source link? Did this girl post it on her Facebook? No. Okay,
right.
So
right.
How many times have you seen Third Phase Moon over? Post link sources.
Yeah, and I agree. It's just that I know some people aren't going to post that because then their family and everything are going to see it, and to a certain extent, I get that. I mean, some
That's
people just
true.
don't want to go out on a limb like that, So, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I wasn't sure if you were aware or not, but I did hear that interview, and it sounded pretty compelling to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not disagreeing. It sounded compelling. I just, like I said, I sure like, in this case, we don't put sources out all the time. Some people, like you say,
Sure.
don't want to give their source, and that you got to respect that. And in that case,
Right.
It may well have been. But if you see that consistent path in that situation, then it gets a little, in my opinion, shady. But absolutely. There are things that, like I said, you go to MUFON, you punch in UFO and search on Google, you could come up with a story every day. I just like dealing with people that are coming from the source.
Well, absolutely. You have to sift through a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and it takes work. It's not easy. But, that's what journalism's all about, in my opinion. And then
you guys do great work. You do great work, and we all follow you, and we look forward to all the videos that you guys post, so that's great.
Hey, man, appreciate it. It's the people that it's been a little slow this week on UFOs, and, we're hoping that something, you just never know what's going to happen, and there's sometimes lull that goes up and down. It's like a roller coaster. I know last month was quite incredible with the weather phenomenon and what was going on down around the world. Wow, we got a lot of callers in, and we got to get to it. They're D. Walton. Thanks for calling in. Let's get to it. Area code 831. You're live, Third Phase Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Blake, and everybody listening, and thanks a lot for everybody's input. I like when it's positive, My name's Drew, by the way.
Hey, Drew, welcome.
I just had two things to say. I'll make it quick. First one is I was filming or videotaping the moon during the eclipse, and I got some weird stuff, and I just don't know, I can't really say what in the world it is or anything. It's probably electrical, haywire stuff. But
we've got some cool footage. There's some footage that's come in over the blood moon eclipse event, and unfortunately, it's dark, and not everybody has the best night vision telephoto lens that's zooming in and picking up. But there are anomalies that happen that night. What did you see?
Well, it's really weird. It's when I was shaking the camera and the telescope all around. I'm kind of adjusting it or something. I'm not sure what was going on, but what it looks like is happening is there's something coming out of a crater. Everything else is shaking around whatever came out of the crater, except for what came out of the crater. It's like Jodie Foster in Contact or something, where she finally breaks out of that chair thing and isn't shaking around, it's just weird. So that was the impression I had. And what was the other thing? Oh, just a lot of stuff flying by, but, a lot of it's birds or whatever, but,
Did you go ahead and look up on the internet and search UFO?
I've seen a few things. Yeah,
it looks similar?
I haven't really seen that yet, like that.
Well, by all means, if you got a video and you think it's compelling, definitely share it with us at Third Phase. Post it up on YouTube and send me the link.
Yeah, I will. I was going to do that. It's just, how editing is. I'm not probably anywhere as good as you guys at putting them out, but
we'll zoom in
up a while.
Yeah, well, you share it to us. We'll get it out, man, and we'll share your link.
Yeah, I'll work on it. And, just check it out. I'm not saying it's anything, really. You know what I mean? It's just weird, kind of. And that's what I think these UFOs do, is challenge us in our kind of our, dream state, imagination, different wavelengths of our being, So tuning it in, and like Robert Bingham, I mean, the guy sounds cool to me, I mean, I'm curious if he's been traveling and like to the Amazon or up in the mountains in South America or anything, and checked out any UFOs and stuff. But and then what was the other? Oh, the other thing is there was this video that I just saw. It was the first time I've seen it, and they said it's an old video, and I'm sure it's probably fake, but you never know for sure, And it's Mars. It has to do with Mars, and that we've already been there, and Buzz Aldrin's in it and stuff. And do you know anything about that, or what do you think about it?
It's actually quite interesting you brought this video to Mars up. I've seen this video about a year ago, and then it came up again, and then I had to look at it again. And is this the video that it says that it's for NASA's eyes only, and it was like 150 days to Mars expedition?
Yeah, right. It looks kind of like telescope shots almost, shaking around, and they hold up paper saying how many days it's been, that kind of thing.
That's it. Yeah. Very compelling. Very, very compelling. It's amazing. I mean, it's an amazing video. It's NASA. So if it's NASA, I'm compelled to, because I could always credit NASA, right? We credit NASA all the time. They blow it.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Am I going to be able to I'm thinking about taking that video because it's NASA, right? And then do it. But then somebody's going to go, hey, well, I didn't give you permission. But in my opinion, now if that's NASA, then it's NASA. And then if somebody's going to claim that that's theirs, then and it's not NASA, then something's up. But yeah, it's a very interesting video.
Very compelling, as you said, yeah.
Yeah, we'll just put the link to the video below, and that's all we could do because that one's a little. Yeah. Some people say it's an interesting one. Hey, thanks for calling in, man.
Thanks a lot, Blake, man. Take care. Later.
Okay, you too. I want to get to callers, and Mars expedition covered up by NASA. It's quite compelling video. You might want to search that up. We got to confirm the source. That's when NASA puts out the link and it's a confirmed source, then we'll be able to do it. I don't think this is a confirmed source, so it's hard for us to put out. That's what I'm talking about. You got to confirm. People don't do that nowadays. It's up for grabs, I guess you would say, but no integrity behind it. Area code 443. You're live, Third Phase Maine. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how y'all guys doing?
Hey, doing pretty good tonight. Where are you calling from?
Well, this is the truth. I'm calling from Reisterstown, Maryland.
Oh, welcome back. You've called in before, the truth, right?
Yeah, I've called in quite a few times to you guys, let you guys know what's going on here in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, we got about 8 minutes left. I got a couple callers I want to get into. So if you could get it down to a couple minutes, tell us what's going on over there in Maryland, man.
There's still a lot going on, guys. I mean, I'm not understanding how this is not being broadcast all over the news. I mean, if you can create an artificial eclipse and just pretty much block your hand with the sun, and if you look to the right side of the sun, you'll see white objects that's just materializing into our atmosphere. I mean, like thousands of them daily. And I've been contacting Dr. J to let him know on a daily basis what's been going on. I know he's been busy, but, I'm just letting you guys know this is happening, and it's happening every single day. And I'm not understanding how it's not more news on what's going on with this here in Baltimore.
Well, we got to do Truth. Truth, it's easy. You know how you get it done? If you're on the street, you see this stuff, you start telling people, look up, get a mass, get people a mass build up to start waking up. And then you document that. You document not just by yourself, but you got to get more people around you, backing you up, confirming what you see. Does that make sense?
Does make sense. I actually document everything. I have the photographs. I have videos of these objects that's just blatantly showing up in our atmosphere, on a daily basis. So it's the truth. It's definitely going on. So far as getting other people involved, I have gotten quite a few people involved on a few of them. Some of them can see what I'm seeing, but some of them can't because I have very, very good eyesight. I have 20/10 vision, and I think it's one of the things that's actually helping me see these things. I'm also using my shades as well, and my shade is blocking a major part of the sun out, which is allowing me to see these objects that's showing up in the sunlight, like the outer part of the sun. And you're seeing these objects. It's thousands of them There's thousands of them, guys, and it's going on every single day. So I'll keep getting the information. I've sent you guys a couple more photographs in. As I said, this is nothing but the truth that's going on. I saw a video tonight where someone, I think it was Unit 8, captured some UFOs flying around in Baltimore, Maryland. The video does look legitimate to me. I have seen similar UFOs flying around as well, not quite as big and not quite as low, but I have them on film as well. So that video may be legit. I'm not quite sure about that yet, but it may be legit. But what I currently have here, all these photographs that I have, these white objects showing up, guys, they're here, guys. They're here. And I can see.
They're there, Truth. You're right. And Unit 8 did reach out, and we tried to get him on the radio show, but we know that he's the one that shot these videos. They're quite incredible. Disc-shaped objects, a plethora of them, just zigzagging in the sky, and it seems legit. That's why we shared it at Third Phase of Moon. And Unit 8 has just put up another video. You might want to take a look at the channel. Quite amazing stuff. We're going to share some clips that he's allowed us to share at Third Phase of Moon. He actually said we could use and share everything. So that's quite incredible. That's what I like about this third phase of phenomenon, that people have to trust, because they know that people are going to see their video and they're going to get the credit they deserve. Now, I want to get to area code 952 real quick. Hey, thanks for waiting. There's a little feedback? We got a couple minutes. Hello? Let's blink out of this. Got to go. We're going to bring in Robert Bingham in. Robert, hey, thanks for joining us tonight on Third Phase. We look forward to the October 11th event over there at MacArthur Park. It's pretty much an all-day event, and there's going to be television crews down there. And bring your cameras. Share it with Third Phase Moon if you capture anything amazing. Robert Bingham.
Also, I'd like to share that I'm going to be with Jaime Musan the Saturday before Sunday doing some filming myself with him. So it's going to be a pretty incredible week. I also like to say, with a caller that said he's taking photos of thousands of white objects around the sun. Well, I've done that also. I have plenty of videos of that. I think I shared that with Jim Martin, and he did a video called The Swarm Storm, and that's on Infamous. I think his website's called Infamous. And he has a video called Swarm Storm, and it's quite unique. There's a lot of things going on. I'd like to just share one thing. A lot of these craft, people don't understand that they could get small and they can get large. They can multiply. They can do many things. Just something for you and the listeners to know that they could do many things. And I wanted to share that. But anyway, on Sunday, we're going to have a fantastic day, and we're going to send you footage for everybody to see.
Absolutely a fantastic show tonight. I thought it went quite well. Robert Bingham is going to open it up to the public. Everybody be there October 11th. It's going to be something that, hey, it's free. He gives it up for free. So what else are you going to do in Los Angeles? Show up down there. It'll be fun, and you get to talk to people that believe that we're not alone, and that's a great thing that Robert Bingham's doing. Check out his channel, UFO Robert Bingham on YouTube. Like I said, give the credit where credit's due, and also the infamous fan club, Jim Martin's channel. He's legit. Robert, hey, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you, Blake. I like your show, and you have a great night.
All right, that's it, everybody. We'll be back next week, Friday, 12 midnight, New York time, 9 p.m. Los Angeles, 6 p.m. if you're in Hawaii. We'll be back and taking calls from around the world. And also, don't forget, Third Phase of Moon YouTube, the source for the best UFOs from around the world, shot by people like you. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. Blake Cousins, we'll see everybody again next time.
Third Phase. Third Phase. Third Phase. A few. Bye.